This video will show how to find the limit using polynomials. First off, let's discuss what a polynomial is. A polynomial is an expression that can have constants, variables like x or y, and exponents like 2 and y squared. It can be combined using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. No division by a variable. A variable's exponents can only be 1, 2, 3, etc. It can't have an infinite number of terms. These are just a few extra rules that you can use when deciding if a term is a polynomial or not. Let's look at these examples. The limit as x approaches 0 of x to the 7th plus 3x squared plus 1 equals the limit of f of x as x approaches 0. Since this term is equal to f of x, we can now say that f of x equals x to the 7th plus 3x squared plus 1. This term is a polynomial since 1 is not being divided by a variable, and since 2, its exponents are 1, 2, 3, etc. And it doesn't have an infinite number of terms. Since this term is a polynomial, it can now be substituted, the x's can now be substituted by the number that x is approaching. And in this case, x is approaching 0. So we will substitute the x's for 0. You can see here. So you'll input the 0 for 0 to the 7th plus 3 times 0 squared plus 1 equals 1. So the limit of f of x as x approaches 0 equals 1. Now for the second example. The limit as x approaches 1 of x squared plus x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. So using the quotient rule, you separate each term and find the limit of each term separately. So the limit of as x approaches 1 of x squared plus x minus 2, that separate term is a polynomial. And the limit as x approaches 1 of x minus 2 is a polynomial as well. And don't even consider the division symbol as of yet. Just consider these as two separate terms. So, since they're two separate terms, they are a polynomial and they are not being divided by a variable, and their exponents are 1, 2, 3, 0, things like that. So now you can substitute the 1 for x, which you can see here. 1 squared plus 1 minus 2 divided by 1 divided by 1 minus 2 equals 1 plus 1 minus 2 divided by 1 minus 2, and that equals 0 divided by 1, and 0 divided by any number is always equal to 0. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you understand how to find limits using the polynomial rule.